The IGAD-FAO Partnership Program was formulated in 2015 to support the IGAD Drought Disaster Resilience and Sustainability Initiative. The program was jointly implemented by IGAD and FAO and purposed to bring cross-border communities at the center of policy and investment actions that define the agenda of their future. We use the most powerful tool to end extreme poverty and conflicts by promoting livestock and complementary livelihoods and resources development in arid and semi-arid areas. We intervene. We are IGAD.
We have invested and we still envisage to invest a lot in human skill development because we know that in this area we have a lot of youth, and many of them are not necessarily in the agro-pastoral livelihoods, but if we give them skills, they can do other things with themselves. For example, within this first phase, we were able to train a number of youth in Somalia in skills like automotive engineering, tailoring and dressmaking, and they're able to now work for themselves and also transfer these skills to their communities.
Turning arid and semi-arid areas into food baskets is difficult. Food security in these areas has remained a mirage in East Africa and in the larger parts of the African continent. Communities living in dry lands are left to the elements of nature, and those who survive the thuggery of Mother Nature are likely to get into conflicts. Loss of life and property have remained the norm.
One of the real causes of conflict is grazing and water. And this area is not really an exception. This happens all over in the arid and semi-arid areas, whether you're talking about Karamoja, whether you're talking about southern nations in Ethiopia, whether you're talking about Dikil in Djibouti, it happens.
During drought, the community will move, the pastoralists will move from one place to another in search of pasture. This causes a lot of complexities. Now it is a source of conflict, because if you move with your livestock from one place to the other community thinks that you are going to exhaust the resources.
The communities living along the Kenya-Somalia and Ethiopia border are gradually building resilience. They are more prepared to take on challenges, develop talents, skill and abilities so that they can live in peace, develop regional identity and integration.
wax soo saarkii oo dhanka beeraha oo isbedelay qaabka casriga oo hagaagay nafaqadii qoyska oo kor u qaadantay qaabka keesiga oo ay barteen qabalayaasha mashruuca ka howlgalo waxa dhahay livelihoodkooda oo nafsooda isbedel ku imaaday ee kulka.
The communities now, the farmers are able to identify the challenges on the farm, the crop diseases, the pests on the farms, normal agronomic activities on the farm, from the plowing to the harvesting the crop.
xagga qoysku wuxuu naga caawiyay sida anaga oo waxba haysanin ayaa maxay heeto tababarna loo bixiyay qarash yar ayaa naga la siiyay qarashka ayaga ninkii baahana oo ilmihiisa ayna waxba cunaynin ayaa ku soo gatay wixii ay dalag ilmihi ay cuni lahaayeen ama wixii xoolaha u cuni lahaayeen maxay heeto xaggan beeraha xaggooda marka hadana kugu kaco beeraha waxa weeye waxyaabo badan oo naga daahnaa ayaa maxay tababar ku qadan anagana aan cashiro sida xoolaha oo kala daaweyntooda ama waxgalkooda.
Youths and women can produce, can be the game changer in the sector of livelihood and building resilience.
Though communities are fully engaged in creating environments that alleviate poverty through appropriate and effective sustainable development programs, a lot need to be done.
waxaan anaga soo saarnaa waa meeshiisa moogta, laakiin waxaan dhihi lahaa waan gaarsiin la'anaha oo waa ku filnaan la'yihiin ama waa dhadhaweyn la'yihiin wixii anaga waan soo saarnay xoolaha baahida xoolaha marka in gacan nagala siiyo oo calafkan adduunka laga cuno oo xoolaha la siiyo in wala saacideeyo waa codsanina. waxaan kaloo codsanaynaa beeraha waxaa biyo baxooyin baa marka calafka xilliga ugu fiican yahay calafka ku soo baxayaan baa ku dhufto waxay baabi'iyeen biyihii waxay bixiyeen ama tooradii iyo kanaaladii waxaan codsanaynaa marka in noogula bedelo tuubooyin kanaaladii biyaha ay jabinayeen tuubooyin in noogula bedelo aan nagala caawiyo waxaan kala codsanaynaa
ما شاء الله وقناعسي نفتيس وفائدة بدن ما كلنا تبرر بدن بنقول سيء لعجيه مركور وانولين وانول شيء لعجيه إلا عشان تسبقلنا لسنة وانول شيء حليذر مركو وحيابا يرير بهنا السنة أو قناعسي يرير بهنا السنة وحنكف فائدة مركو وحيرا مركو نولا كيني إن معناها وحياب بدن أي نجا بحيان صوت الديمن ولا هاي تنسكي بحني قناعسي يرا أون هاي السنة كوكر السنة وحاكل نول شيء wax kasta oo la qabanayo inaan buug la'aan la shaqayn karin buug la'aan inaan la shaqayn karin oo wax kasta ay u baahan yihiin buug ay u baahan yihiin oo wax lagu qabanayo marka faa'iido ayaan ka helay nafteedo faa'iido badan baa meesha nooga soo baxday.
There are still a lot of opportunity that we can sit together and understand how can we pick up from this and then expand it as we continue to develop the communities into the resilience perspective.
The other challenge there is now the cross-border area, because the Dawa River forms the boundary between Kenya and Ethiopia, and to some extent Ethiopia and Somalia. And the communities here do not have a crossing across the Dawa River, and so sometimes the market is on the other side of the river and they have to rely on these informal boats to cross to take their products to the market. Now, if the member states agreed and the funding was available to have a bridge in that area, it would help.
In that area, there's one seasonal river. It flows 9 months a year. It's called Dawa River. This river, when it rains, floods, and it wreaks havoc. There was a proposal that this water be harnessed.
Since I have been trained 10 agricultural dispute facilitator and then established 10 groups of APFs. The groups were solved many problems, including livestock disease, crop disease, and also manage water harvesting and livestock husbandry system.
The land is vast, the potential is very high. In the current situation, there is need for more infrastructure to be put up so that it can reach that vast land and so that it can be able to produce agriculturally.
All policies made need to be fully implemented to enable these communities which share hospitals, markets, pastures and other resources coexist.
The livestock market in Dolo and Beletawa is still not properly organized. So maybe strengthening the local authority or working through service provider to provide whether it's a policy or whether it is infrastructural or whether it is something to do with staffing the local authority, so that the livestock market, livestock value chain, the entire production of livestock can be mainstreamed, can be organized in a way that the pastoralists can get maximized benefit out of that.
We all need resilience to live a fulfilling life, and together we can make a huge difference in our community, overcome the unexpected and thrive.
We are in the 21st century where we have enough tools and enough information and there are adequate resources. Nobody should tell me that there's no money in Kenya or Ethiopia or in Somalia or in any other place to actually support the pastoralists live decent lives without fighting over resources.
We touch every household. If it is not for training, the young people have been picked. If it is not young people, women have been touched. If it is not women, the livestock owners have been touched through veterinary center. If it is not veterinary center that has been touched, then we have crop production. If it is not crop production, then we have youth empowerment. If it is not youth empowerment, then we have cash for work through water catchment center. So each and every community in Beletawa and Dolo, within the targeted 5 districts, each community has, every household has in one way or the other benefited from the project.
Canal kan hadda IGAD-FAO hadda markay samaysay fasalkii ugu horeeyay waa kan saaka cabdi xidig iyo hore waftiga ninkan ka jiro saarkay kamarsa ay tagaan iyo fasalihii hore goosanay iyo fasalkan oo kanaalka aan ka faa'iidaystay runtii wax weliga ilooway ma berigii horena beertan si kastoo ama aga beerno 10,000 ama markii ugu badan 15,000 dee hadda sanadkan fasalkan kanaalkan intii mashruucan ay sameeyeen beerta wax ka go'day lacag dhan 100,000 oo galeeda ku jiran oo maraheeda ku jiran oo shidaal raqiis ay ka baxday maalmihii horena halkii fasal 3 fuusta 4 fuusta ka bixi jirtay haddana sanadkan.
We need to create an opportunity using the resources available in that area. We need to create hope through creation of employment and wealth opportunities.